The rich live in decades. You live in days. Most people think the rich are winning because they work harder. They're not. They're winning because they're playing on a different clock, one that was ticking long before you earned your first dollar. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here's the strange part. The wealthy aren't more disciplined than you. They don't have more willpower. In some cases, they have less. So how do they sacrifice things you can't? The answer isn't money. It's something happening inside their brain right now, something nobody taught you to do. Your brain has a default setting. Scientists call it present bias. It means your mind treats today as real and the future as a rumor. A reward you can touch right now feels enormous. A reward 20 years away feels like it belongs to a stranger. So you choose comfort. Not because you're weak, but because your brain was wired this way for survival, in a world that no longer exists. But that's not the disturbing part. The disturbing part is that this stranger, the future version of you, is the one who pays for every decision you make today. And most people abandon him completely. Think about it. Every time you skip the saving, the learning, the building, you're not being lazy. You're robbing a person who can't fight back. The poor and the rich aren't separated by income. They're separated by who they're loyal to, the self that exists today, or the self that's coming. Now here's where it flips. The wealthy made one quiet shift. They stopped seeing the future as far away. To them, the future isn't a rumor. It's a real person they already know, and they owe him a debt. There's a story about Jeff Bezos. Before he started Amazon, he had a safe, high-paying job. Leaving it felt insane. So he built a tool in his head he called the regret minimization framework. He pictured himself at 80 years old looking back, not asking, "Did I make money this year?" but asking, "Will I regret not trying?" He wasn't making a decision in the present. He was making it from the future, looking back. And from there, the choice was obvious. That's the billionaire clock. They don't fight temptation with willpower. They simply stand in a future that already feels real, and from there, the sacrifice isn't a sacrifice at all. It's just paying a debt to someone they respect. You can't out-discipline a person who has already lived in the future. They're not resisting the cookie. They're just not hungry for it. So the real question isn't, how do I get more discipline? The discipline was never the point. The question is, how do you make your future self real enough that you'd never betray him? It starts smaller than you think. First, give your future self a face. Picture the exact person you'll be in 10 years, in detail, until he stops feeling like a stranger. Second, make every decision from his side of the timeline. Don't ask what you want now. Ask what he'll thank you for. Third, shrink the gap. Do one thing today that only benefits him, something with zero reward in the present. That single act rewires the clock. The rich didn't inherit this. They installed it, one decision at a time. You were never broke because you lacked money. You were broke because nobody told you a second person was depending on you, and that person was you. The day you start living for him is the day the game changes. The rich live in decades. Today, you can start too.